Hi, everybody. This was my first night of trick or treat. I'm singing a very scary song today. Do you want to hear it? Spooky Halloween of the scary night of cool. Watch out for zombies and some scary spooks. Hey, killer clowns, and don't be shy. It's just a costume in a guy. Happy Halloween. Watch out for zombies. Watch out for vampires. Real talk.
Name the killer in Halloween.
Michael.
Very good. Now for the real question.
Real talk. Halloween, baby. It's that time of year again. Everybody's favorite holiday? Maybe. A lot of people love Halloween nowadays. I think it's getting bigger every year. I think that it's becoming more and more of everyone's favorite holiday every year. And all ages are getting into it. About 10 years ago, probably, I wouldn't say it was booming in popularity, man, but all the posts that come out in September about all the memes about, when the store finally has spooky decorations, and people always rushing off to the store with the spooky decorations, Spirit Halloween comes to town. I feel like it's getting bigger, but it could just be me and my immediate circle. But, Halloween was often overshadowed by Christmas in the retail world. And in general, I think stores are starting to get Christmas displays put up in September, and Halloween and the early Christmas displays, like the phase 1 of the Christmas displays, is equal to the size of the final Halloween display, and I feel like it's overshadowed a lot. But I think Halloween's finally getting its comeuppance, man. I think everyone's latching on, and man, I wouldn't be surprised if in the next 10 years Christmas is dethroned, and Halloween is the biggest holiday in terms of shopping and decorations and overall spirit. It's growing, man. I was never a big Halloween kid. I mean, I did all the necessary stuff that kids do, but I was always about Christmas, man. Christmas was my thing, but it wasn't until adulthood, like recently, like the last 5 years or so, where Halloween really started to take off. And I think that's partly due to the fact that I'm a parent now, but yeah, I mean, when I was a kid, Halloween was awesome. Trick-or-treating, awesome. Going out at night, filling up the pillowcase or the pumpkin bucket with all the strangers' candy. It was cool, man. Halloween costumes, living in that, watching the scary movies. Halloween is like the perfect holiday, for real. It's not stressful. You want more of it. Christmas can be stressful. Valentine's Day, very stressful. Easter can be stressful. Thanksgiving, super stressful. Halloween, there's nothing stressful about Halloween. If you think about it, I mean, what do you got to do? You got to go buy some variety candies to put in a bowl on your porch. If you're a Scrooge about it, if you love it, dude, you can't get enough of it. Yeah, man, I never thought about that. Halloween is not a stressful holiday. Everything else could be stressful if you let it get to you. But Halloween, I don't see how Halloween could be stressful. When I was a kid, I always used to make my Halloween costumes. We did it the cheap way. We always make it out of something in our closet. And I didn't really have much in way of costumes in my closet or costume ideas in my closet. So I always ended up being Jason, even though I'd never seen a Friday the 13th movie, because I had a cheap hockey mask and a ratty hoodie, and I could make a machete sword out of tinfoil and a yardstick, honestly. It was pretty easy, but I never really had store-bought costumes, man. That's the one thing I wish I could go back and do, is have some more top-of-the-line costumes, man. I always wanted to be Master Chief. Always did. Never really got to. I'll get my chance. I don't care. I got the money for it now. No, trick-or-treating is cool. And, once you reach the age where, aren't you a little old to be trick-or-treating? First of all, don't say that to my kid. Don't say that to your kid. Let them do what they want to do. Let them take the social cues of when they want to stop going trick-or-treating. Do not be the family member to tell the kid that they're too old to go trick-or-treating. Don't. If they want to go trick-or-treating when they're 14, I'm going to let them, okay? If my daughter wants to go trick-or-treating in high school with her high school friends, absolutely do it. You are more than welcome to. Dude, I'll drive you around if you need me to. Don't ever tell a kid they're too old for trick-or-treating. Don't do that, man. Once you get to the age where you start to feel like you're too old for trick-or-treating, your friends will tell you. Let them learn it from their friends in school. Don't learn it from you. And encourage childhood to last as long as possible without feeling bad about it. I think I stopped trick-or-treating probably around, I think my last time trick-or-treating was with my friends in 7th grade. Yeah, I think I had a hurt knee from football or something like that. I don't remember, but I was Tom Brady on crutches because that was relevant that year. And that was the last time, I think. And then, some years go by and you start to take more of a dealer role, a candy dealer, that is, where you sit inside and you watch scary movies and you pass out candy. Halloween, the Michael Myers movie is always my go-to. Halloween 4 specifically. Number 1, of course, but Halloween 4, man, I used to always watch that while passing out candy. My mom still does. And once I reached adulthood, man, and buying decorations and buying, pumpkins and carving the pumpkins and getting into it, decorating the house, dude, it's a great feeling. It really is. I can't get enough of it. And now that I have a kid, I'm all about it, dude. September 1st is when Halloween starts in my house. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it's a month early. Relax, Shut up. I ain't about that. Halloween starts in September. Christmas starts in November. That's the way it's been. That's the way it's going to be. And you know what? You're not going to take that from me. And you're not going to take that from my family. I will fight you to the death on that. I don't care. I got the Halloween decorations out of storage on September 2nd this year. Put them up. The house looks great. I love it. It feels great. It's a great atmosphere too. Because 8 months of the year, 8 months out of the year, your house looks the same. It's only in the fall that you really start decorating the house and getting a different aesthetic and getting a different feel in your home. And then it never really goes away until January. Went to Spirit Halloween the other day and got my first animatronic for the house. It was on sale. It was half off. They were selling it because they had a bunch of animatronics. They got the big 12-foot skeleton and the killer clowns from outer space that you dance or whatever, and they got the creepy witch who stirs the pot, and they got the ghost dog who hops out of the doghouse when you walk in front of it. All that stuff, man. But I got a cheap one. I got a jumping spider. I got this giant, 3-foot long spider, and when you walk in front of it or when you activate it with a loud noise, it leaps at you from the ground on a spring-loaded mechanism. I brought that home and I built it, and I set it up, and it looked really cool. And my daughter didn't know it was an animatronic, so she's checking it out. It's all fuzzy and stuff. It's got spider webs. It's really cool. She's checking it out. I slipped the on button on into the on position. Again, she doesn't know. She doesn't know that it's an animatronic, and she moves in just the right way. The sensor goes off. The red lights in the eyeballs light up. It makes this loud, creepy spider screech, and it leaps into the air 2 feet forward and 2 feet up, and it goes springing at her. She had no idea it was coming. She freaked out. She screamed as loud as she could, and she like ninja rolled backwards. She had no idea it was doing that. She got out of there as quick as she could. She was freaked out. She's like, what did it just do? And then it crept back to its original starting spring-loaded position, and I was like, oh, I guess you woke him up. That's the magic of Halloween, man. I love it. I can't get enough of it. I leave it on, and the cat will walk by, and it jumps at the cat. Cat freaks out. Oh God, I love it. When I have a bigger house, I'll get the 12-foot werewolf or the demon that flies on the string or whatever. I'll get all that. My daughter loves going to Spirit Halloween. The Spirit Halloween we have this year in town is really good. It's in an old Bed Bath & Beyond, so they got a lot of room to play with. Dude, it's basically an animatronics museum this year. There's so many giant sets set up and all powered in the store that walking through it is kind of like walking through a museum of animatronics. And she loves it. It freaks her out. You know, the sad clown, the scary clown, the giant demon gargoyle thing, the bat who spreads its wings. Gosh, she loves it all. She walks in front of all of them. She likes to stand behind me so I can go and do it. It's fun, man. We spent like 2 hours in Spirit Halloween and only walked out of there with like 2 things the other day. Just because it was basically like a Halloween museum. She loves it. And I love seeing her scared. She loves being scared. She hates scary things, but she loves being scared. I think that's all kids. I think it's exciting. And I want to indulge that as much as I can. Until she tells me that she's old enough to not go trick-or-treating. I'm gonna let her go trick-or-treating every year. I'm never gonna be like, why don't we just stay in this year? We'll watch scary movies and pass out candy. I'm never gonna suggest that to her as an alternative to what she really wants to do, which is trick-or-treat. She loves trick-or-treating, and I will always allow her to do that. I will never tell her to take a Halloween off, because like Christmas, you only get about 12 of those holidays, maybe 10, that they really get to live up. So don't take that from them. I don't ever want to hear too old for trick-or-treating. Don't ever say that. When she goes trick-or-treating, she the last 2 years in a row and this year as well, she kind of chooses what she wants to be, and me and her mommy dress up to match. Like when she was 4, she wanted to be Wonder Woman, so we got our Wonder Woman costume, and I was like, oh man, I guess I'll be Batman. Twist my arm, why don't you? So I got a nice ass Batman costume, and mommy was Superman with big old Superman cape, and we were the trio. We were the Trinity band. Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. It was awesome. Last year we went with our favorite scary movies. She wanted to be Gizmo, the gremlin from Halloween. Or I'm sorry, the gremlin from Gremlins. Cute as can be, obviously. So we picked our favorite scary movies. I was Michael Myers, of course, and mommy was Ghostface. And we went trick-or-treating like that. We dressed up, the whole 9 yards. We went with her around the neighborhoods. That's what we do. This year she decided she wanted to be a vampire princess, or a vampire queen, or a vampire bride. She uses those words interchangeably. So me and mommy are going to be vampires too. And we were going to go with her, and we're going to let her have her Halloween fun. Aside from trick-or-treating, I think scary movies is obviously the most notable part of Halloween. Aside from decorations and aside from trick-or-treating, scary movies is the epitome of Halloween vibes. You know, the whole month of October. Load it up, man. Load it up with scary movies. Even if you watch horror movies all year long, there's just something different about watching them while surrounded by Halloween decorations in your living room. You know, like a flickering pumpkin. You got the orange lights. I got a lit up spider web above my TV. It glows orange. It's an awesome piece for behind the TV. It really lights up the room orange. I love it. And just watching scary movies with that kind of atmosphere, totally different from watching horror movies in like January or May. You know, it's the only time of year I watch Michael Myers movies. I know some people watch them throughout the year, but I could never do that. That's blasphemy. It's like watching a Christmas movie in June. Doesn't work for me. Yeah, man. What's your favorite scary movie? Do you watch Scream for Halloween? You watch Nightmare on Elm Street? You watch Jeepers Creepers, Trick or Treat, Insidious, Paranormal Activity, Friday the 13th? Dude, I watch them all. I get a list going every year. Michael Myers is where it's at, though. I showed, it's hard trying to show my daughter scary movies. She wants to watch scary movies, but the problem is we've seen all the ones that are like quote unquote kid friendly. Like she's seen Ghostbusters, she's seen Beetlejuice, she's seen Nightmare Before Christmas countless times. You know, I'm trying to show her something new. Like last year I showed her Tremors because that was pretty scary and it really only had a couple like mildly bad words in it, so it was okay. This year showed her Killer Clowns from Outer Space, which is, you know, the same thing, has some mild bad words in it, but overall it wasn't too bad. It was just as goofy as it was scary, so that was okay. Mommy's not letting me watch Halloween with her though. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that year, man. She's adamantly against that. I know that I watched Michael Myers movies as early as 7. And I think earlier than that, I just don't remember, but I do vividly remember watching H2O when I was 7 years old. I remember that, so I have that benchmark. I'm pretty certain I watched Halloween before that, but I don't have concrete memory of that. But 7 years old, that's next Halloween. I'm going to make a case to mommy again. We're going to watch Michael Myers. I'll get the clean, like, TV edited version of the original 1978 Halloween. Get the boobs out of it. Get the nasty stuff out of it. And there's really not a lot of nasty stuff because it's the 70s. It was pretty tame compared to all the others. It wasn't even really any blood. So I'm going to make a case to watch that because I want her to watch it. She already knows who Michael Myers is from my costume, and we watched the trailers for the latest Halloween, so she's already aware, but she's never seen a movie with it. I think watching Halloween with a kid who's young enough to be scared. I read an interesting thing that says if Santa Claus is relevant to a kid, then so is the boogeyman, you know, in terms of age and what age is appropriate and what they'll take seriously. And that was pretty good to think about. I hadn't thought about it that way, you know, as it relates to what she'll watch and be scared of. Surprisingly, Halloween 1978 is more tame than you remember. One thing I'm not going to show her until she's at least 10 is Nightmare on Elm Street. Man, I watched Nightmare on Elm Street when I was a kid, when I was like 7 or 8. That movie fucked me up, okay? No movie messed me up more than Nightmare on Elm Street. I swear to God. Dude, I have suffered from sleep paralysis the majority of my life. Not frequently, not as frequently as it was when I was a kid. But dude, sleep paralysis did happen to me a lot as a kid. And when I saw that shadowy figure in the closet when I was half awake, I didn't have a name for it. So as soon as I saw Nightmare on Elm Street, I said, holy shit, that's Freddy Krueger. I used to tell my parents that Freddy Krueger was in my dreams, just because I didn't have a name for the shadowy demon that was in my dreams. He still comes and goes every once in a while. What's up, shadowy demon? Shout out to you. Nightmare on Elm Street's scary. That'll screw up a kid. That'll screw up a kid's psyche, for sure. They will lose sleep over that. I don't think they lose sleep over Halloween, but I'm just biased because I'm ready to watch Michael Myers with her. Some other scary movies that are really good around Halloween. A lot of zombie things. Friday the 13th, of course. Trick or Treat, naturally. But nothing has it capped like Halloween. I mean, it's named after the damn holiday. You know, there's a lot of Halloween music out there too. One thing about, I have Spotify and we listen to Halloween music on the way to school every day. There's a lot out there, man. She loves Spooky Scary Skeleton. She loves Thriller by Michael Jackson. I let her watch that music video. She was bewildered by that, to see the zombies dancing. She loved that. She loves a bunch of other things. She thinks Shia LaBeouf is a real monster that lives in the woods. And for all we know, he is. Ooh. So she's scared of Shia LaBeouf. She knows not to go in the woods because Shia LaBeouf will get her. Oh, man. There's no time of year like Halloween. Everyone's on the same page. You know, there is no dispute. There is no stress. I don't think there's any negative feelings about Halloween. I mean, there's the absolute minority of people who are like against Halloween because of occult stuff, but they're few and far between. I think people try to make... Hey, what's up with the news every year around Halloween? It always, like, the week leading up to trick-or-treating, you're gonna see a news article, and it's always on Facebook, it's always some old media outlet, and it's always aimed at a very certain age demographic of parents. And they're the ones who will believe it. And tell me if you've heard this. Tell me if you've heard this headline before. Be aware of possible fentanyl found in candy while trick-or-treating. Fentanyl? Be aware of cocaine in Halloween candy. Check your kid's candy. It might have a razor in it. Yo, has anyone ever actually found a razor in their Halloween candy? Ever. I know every time I would get back from trick-or-treating as a kid, my mom and me, we would dump out our Halloween candy and we'd check them all for airtightness. We'd end up throwing like half of it away just because it seemed like it wasn't airtight. Dude, has anyone ever gotten Halloween candy with a razor in it? Come on, man. Or is that just like a fourth dimensional Halloween scare routine? Is to scare parents? Oh, shit, that might be what it is. It might be something, might be a way to scare the parents and not just the kids. Watch out for razors in your Kit Kat. Dog, never happened. Guarantee it. Fentanyl in your candy? Why? I mean, ask yourself, why would Mrs. Johnson down the street put fentanyl in the sealed Butterfinger that she hands out to random neighborhood kids that she doesn't know? Why would she do that? Check your kids' candy for trace amounts of cocaine. Dude, no one with cocaine is giving it out to kids in their Halloween candy, okay? No one's giving out free cocaine. I'm sorry. Yeah, don't be scared of that. I mean, I check my kids' candy, obviously, as any good parent should. I check for airtightness just in case it's like old and moldy or nasty or whatever, but or eaten. But I'm never looking for razors, okay? There's not going to be a thumbtack in my Tootsie Pop. I'm just checking to make sure it's not old and nasty or got bugs in it or something. Let's be realistic here. What was your favorite Halloween candy? What was the one that you would get in your bucket that was just an absolute grand slam? Need some more of it. Like, that is the golden nugget. What was it? For me, it was Snickers. I love Snickers. I loved Butterfinger. I loved Kit Kat. But I'd say when I got home with my pillowcase of candy, I'd say that 40% of my bag was like the good chocolate shit. And like 60% of it, no, 50% of it was like fruit and crunchy candies, like Smarties. and Dots and Mike and Ike's and hot tamales. What is it? Hot tamale, red tamale, whatever. The spicy cinnamon candies. Dude, I end up throwing all that away anyways, man. And then the remaining 10% is like pencils for school, you know? And Tootsie Pops. Dude, don't give me no Dum-Dums. Don't give me no Smarties. Don't even give me Tootsie Rolls. Don't even give me Milk Duds, dude. I don't want to lose my teeth. Give me the Snickers. Give me the Kit Kats. Give me the Butterfingers. The Reese's Puffs. Not Reese's Puffs. Reese's Cup. Give me the chocolate. Okay? Halloween's about chocolate. I don't want no jelly beans. No, thank you. I understand that they're cheap. Give me the good stuff. Give me the Almond Joys. People leave their bowls out. Just take one. Just take two. And you always see stories about kids who just dump the whole bowl in their bag. Dude, if your kid does that, takes a whole bowl of candy and dumps it in their bag and moves on, you failed as a parent. I'm sorry. Don't care. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not sorry. If your kid does that, you're bad at parenting. That's a shit thing to do. That's not cool. And I understand kids will be kids and you're not babysitting them. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. If your kid is young enough to think that's okay, then it's young enough for you to be there with them, going up to a stranger's house to get candy. If your kid is old enough to know that that's not okay, why are you letting him trick or treat? You know he does that. It's not funny. It's not cool. I never did that. Don't take the whole bowl just because no one's watching. Don't do that. It ain't cool. If someone does answer the door with candy and you say the trick or treat line, you know, obviously make sure everyone's nice and polite. Say thank you, trick or treat. Very nice. Yo, think about the term trick or treat. You know, back in the olden days, it used to mean, you know, give the kid at your door a treat or they'll play a trick on you. That's where the term trick or treat comes from. You know, in like the, I don't know, 1700s, whatever, the pleb days. Does anyone ever actually play tricks anymore? I mean, if a group of kids knocked on somebody's door and said trick or treat, and the parent wasn't ready, they didn't have Halloween candy, they're like, oh, sorry, I didn't have anything. The kids would be like, oh, okay, bye. No one would play a trick on them. You know, it used to be like, hey, parents, get out and get that candy because you don't want these kids playing a trick on your house. You don't want them TPing your house. You don't want toilet paper all over the tree. You don't want eggs. You don't want to get your house egged. Or worse, or flaming dog poo. Maybe not flaming dog poo, but I kind of wish tricks were still played. I kind of wish if you didn't have the candy, you would get TP'd. That kind of anarchy, you know, or egg in the house even. Dude, if I didn't have candy ready, TP my house. That's the rule. And I'm going to live with it. And I'm going to be angry with it, cleaning it up the next day. But that's the rules of Halloween. I'm okay with that. I would like to see that. I would like to see, honestly, a little bit more chaos on Halloween. I'd like to see cops patrolling the neighborhood to make sure no one's TPing the house. I'd like to see pranks. I'd like to see kids in scary costumes jumping out of the bushes to scare younger kids. I'd like that. It adds to the whole atmosphere. And yeah, it's a pain in my ass if I'm a homeowner, but it's Halloween, man. Have some fun. I would like to see that. Like you'd see in the old 70s and 80s movies about Halloween. People running around acting crazy. Strolling through cemeteries and just acting a fool. No parents out there. I would like to see some old-fashioned just childhood chaos in the neighborhoods on Halloween. I think that'd be cool. You know what I like more than anything, though, on Halloween? I would like more scary costumes out there. Dude, I'm over the superheroes. I'm over the superhero costumes with kids. I'm over the Deadpools. I'm over the Ninja Turtles, the Sonics, the Princess Peach. I'm over the DJ Marshmallow. I'm over the Fortnite characters and the movie IPs. Dude, I'm done with it. The Pickle Ricks. I'm done. Bring back the scary costumes. I'm not even an old head about it, but dude, bring back the scary costumes. You go to any Halloween costume store, they've got some banging original ideas for masks, man. Like they got these werewolves and they got these bloody pumpkins with fangs and like bat creatures and clowns with no eyes and like rotting skeletons. Like, dude, there's some cool ass masks out there. Have some creativity. Customize your character, be something scary, A zombie pirate would be okay. There's nothing wrong with generic. And generic is a bad word. It has a negative connotation about it. You don't always have to be a movie IP character. I'm Batman any chance I get, and I know I was Michael Myers last year, but even Michael Myers is okay. A Halloween movie character, a horror movie character is fine. But how many people can be the Avengers? You know what I mean? How many kids can be the Avengers? How many kids can be Spider-Man or any other iteration of Spider-Man? Like, dude, I love superheroes, but I don't know, man. I would like to see some scary costumes come back. I was very proud of my daughter for choosing to be a scary movie character last year and choosing to be a vampire this year. Like she could have been Princess Peach. She could have been Sonic. She could have been Spider-Man. She could have been anyone she wanted, and she chose to be a vampire. So that's awesome. I'm so proud of her for that. Like, put the scary back in the Halloween, okay? That's what we need. Like, the decorations are sweet. Some people, they decorate their yard awesome with the fog machines and the lights and the skeletons and the coffins and everything. It's great. It really is. But then what? A couple Power Rangers walk in? It's fine if like your 5-year-old wants to be a fairy princess or whatever. It's all good. Or if he wants to be a cowboy or a spaceman or something. That, man, it's fine, but not everybody, I see almost no scary costumes anymore. I think if I could change Halloween, I would add more chaos to the street and I would add more monsters. That's what it would be. I would take away superheroes. I would add more monsters. I want to see a scary costume contest, I want to see someone as a Slender Man. I want to see someone as, a skeleton with eyeballs. I want to see someone do their best werewolf costume. That would be awesome. I'm tired of the movie characters and the video game characters as Halloween. Optimus Prime is not scary. Okay, Master Chief is not scary. Stormtroopers, Darth Vader, all them, not scary, man. Enough Star Wars. College kids and your Halloween parties, you gotta step it up too, man. I know I'm not in that age group anymore. That sucks to hear, but there's plenty of people who are in high school and college who are just too cool for Halloween, and they always do some kind of like ironic humor costume. And comedy costumes are fine, but everyone does them. You know what I mean? Like, everyone does the T-Rex costume. Everyone does the horse head costume. And when they don't do a comedy costume, they do like something sexy, Harley Quinn or The Rock or something. You know what I mean? Like, how I want to see more scary. It's okay to do movie characters every once in a while, but not every time. It's more fun. It's more fun to be scary. I'd like to see a scary costume contest. Kids, adults, doesn't matter. I think that'd be really cool. But you know what? Even that griping is minimal because there is nothing wrong with Halloween. You be what you want, man. Yeah, I'd like to see the scary costumes, but you know what? I'd rather you dress up as anything than not dress up at all. You know, dude. Even if you're not leaving the house, dress up, man. You got a family, dress up. Be whatever you want. Don't listen to me. I'm just telling you what I want. I want more chaos. I want more monsters. I want Halloween to be scary. But you know what? The most important thing is that Halloween is fun. And it's fun for everybody. It's not just fun for the kids. You are not too old to enjoy Halloween. You are not too old to put up decorations in your house. You are not too old to wear a costume. Just live it up, man. Halloween's the best. What are you going to be for Halloween this year? Are you going to be a sexy doctor or something? Sexy lawyer? Are you going to be a killer clown from outer space? Are you going to be Freddy Krueger? Are you going to be Bumblebee? What are you going to be? Be something. Don't be a bum. I think everyone should dress up and in any capacity. Dress up, man. I mean, what's it take to put on a black shirt and draw some whiskers on your face and put some cat ears on? It takes no effort whatsoever. Live it up, man. Halloween only comes once a year, and you only get a certain number in your life. I love going trick-or-treating with her and seeing the excitement. I love seeing the houses decorated too. Gives me ideas for next year. There's a house I went to either last year or the year before. We were trick-or-treating in the neighborhood, and this house went all out, and they had a sewer grate in front of their house, like on the side of the road, like under the sidewalk in front of their house, and they had lights, and they had a red balloon in there, like a reference to It. I'm like, dude, that's exactly what we need, dude. That is it. That is the Halloween spirit. Do that. You know, some people went all out, man. Some of these neighborhoods, they go all out, and it's like a pissing contest. You know what I mean? And it's great. That's the kind of thing we need. That's the Halloween spirit that we need. Absolutely, man. I am all for Halloween. I'm usually not about the whole. I'm usually not crazy about like the hot consumer trends or whatever, but Halloween and even Christmas. Halloween and Christmas are the exception, man. I'll go to any Halloween store. We just spent the last Saturday, just me and my kid, just a couple hours at Halloween stores. You know, we went to Spirit. We went to the local Halloween store. Dude, we went to Lowe's. You know who has surprise, like, Halloween decorations that are actually banging? Lowe's. When was anyone going to tell me that? I went to Lowe's. They had a 12-foot skeleton. They had, like, tombstones. They had, like, these crazy-looking, like, burlap jack-o'-lanterns that look like crazy. They had movie character stuff, too. But, dude, Lowe's has some awesome, awesome decorations. I love it. I love just getting enveloped in that atmosphere, man. Just as much as I love Christmas. I love a good Samuel Adams Oktoberfest too. I'm not even sponsored by them, but I should be. Every October, man, for the rest of my life. I don't even drink. I don't drink, but I'll get a 12-pack of Oktoberfest because it is good and it has that taste, man. You want to really get involved in that atmosphere when you're watching a movie with the orange lights and the jack-o'-lanterns in your house? Drink an Oktoberfest. I'm telling you, you won't regret it. Or any other pumpkin ale, pumpkin beer, Halloween-themed whatever. You want some pumpkin, whatever, dude. Find something. You want some pumpkin cheesecake bites? You want to make anything? You just want to get a bag of candy and just eat it by yourself? Do it. We're entering the holiday season yet again. You know what it is. We eat what we want. Love Halloween. We started in September because it just comes and goes so fast, and we don't want it to. But I hope you enjoy your Halloween. I hope if you've got kids, you're going trick-or-treating with them. And I hope if you don't got kids, you're still dressing up and passing out candy to the neighborhood kids. And I hope that if you don't, and I hope that if you're a Scrooge about it, I hope they TP your house. For them, not just for you. Watch those movies, man. And speaking of horror movies, check out every horror film on YouTube. Me and Tanner Jorden, we review these horror movies. We marathoned them last October, last Halloween season. We marathoned all the Halloween Michael Myers movies and reviewed each one in depth. If you like horror movies, check it out. We dissect it in a way that I think is going to be eye-opening to you. You're going to learn some things about these movies that you've seen. We're just a couple of diehard horror fans reviewing horror movies, and there's no better time than in October. Go check out what we got right now. We are currently, for this October, this Halloween season, reviewing the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. If you know those movies, you know any amount of those movies, or if you don't, go watch the reviews, man. We chop it up, and it's a really fun listen, and it really helps you get in the mood too. So every horror film on YouTube, go check it out. That's gonna pretty much do it for me. I gotta go finish getting my Halloween costume together, and we're gonna go knock it out of the park and get some candy, live it up, watch some scary movies, get scared, and yeah, Halloween, baby. Live it up. Let it have its time to shine. Don't let Christmas overshadow it. Christmas is equally important. We will get to that, but Halloween is the definition of a stress-free holiday. Just have fun with it. That's going to pretty much do it for us here. I am the real Clemente, and you know the deal. Until next time, it's been real.